what was out in front and winning this morning. It's changed right around down in 8th position.
Jager, Connor, Nixon out there, young Percy as well, Hunter, Theo, Charlie, Nico, of course, Jackson having his summer cross debut on this one. Cool to watch. Let's go racing, everybody. 65s on the big track. Should have had it 15 years ago. We missed the boat on that in New Zealand. We've got a lot to catch up on to the rest of the world. They took the charge on us with having their 65s on big tracks a long time. Yeah, look at that one. Look at the rut ride from Jager Townley. Good work, but I tell you what. There we go already. 16's there. So it's Connor, 6 I should say. So Connor Feather, I think, is the man to do it. Just keen to try and pick up on their number because I don't think it's his normal number on there, but I think that is him as well. Look at the flying through the power farming jump, pretty exceptional to say the least. And look at some of those leaping right up through there. Others that jump it, others that leap it literally. So watching those riders and their ability is a pure sensation. Some of them leaping like they've never leapt before, of course. Some of them will be saying, well, I've never done a jump like this. Well, of course, this is one of the tracks of the summer for sure. I'm just looking here at another couple that were left well behind in the run, which is rather unfortunate for them. So let's hope they're able to make their way through. Forest Service and Training, proud to be sponsors of Pro 85, 8 to 11 years.
It's one thing for Johnny to be quicker than Dave and catch him up, but it's another thing to pass him. We saw that in the Grand Prix. What a Grand Prix that was, Phil, and one of those times where, yeah, you were a bit unfortunate, your bike was broken, but man, that was a hell of a race to watch, that Pro Twin Grand Prix.
Oh, totally, and even yesterday's race, if you actually look at it between Dave and Johnny, there is some fantastic close racing, and exactly as you say, it's one thing getting close, but you've got to get past them. And as we saw yesterday, that absolute photo finish, and I think that's just how we're going to see more and more of that sort of thing happening.
All right, so Dave Fellows, he was untouchable in the North Island. He got the pole position and the 3 wins at Manfield. But then we went to the South Island and Ruapuna, and it was Johnny that won 2 out of 3 there. So this championship is absolutely electric. There's only, 14 points in it there, Phil. And you can imagine Dave's going to come alive in the North Island, so look out for it.
Oh yeah, Dave will not give up 1 inch. He'll just keep going hard, and it's going to be a big challenge again of the riders coming from the south back to the north. But I think it's just going to be fantastic racing, and hopefully we'll have a few more riders on the grid back in the North Island. A shame quite a few couldn't make it down here to Teretonga. It's a fantastic track, fantastic facility, and we just need to keep using it more and more.
All right, so Dave has responded. He just put his fastest lap in the race. It's not quite as quick as Johnny's fastest, but a 1:04.1. So at this late stage of the race, Dave is responding to the pressure getting piled on him, but look out for it. Into turn 2, the Castrol Bend. And Phil, as far as racetracks on a 650 twin, this will be about as good as it gets.
Oh, I think the 650s and the Pro Twin class suits pretty much most of our tracks, to be honest. There's some really competitive times coming from our riders on those bikes against other races and bikes and classes. And, you know, the whole ethos behind Pro Twins is trying to keep the costs down as well, which is going to be really important in the coming years with how things are financially.
All right, so let's go look out for them down the front straight. There's only going to be 2 laps to go when Dave Fellows crosses. He has led this entire race. Johnny Lewis has had to work hard. He's got himself into the pound seat to take this one, but let's go. 2 laps to go for our front 2. And again, consistent lap times, slightly quicker that time for Dave, so it's gone out to 0.4 of a second. Bob's now into 3rd place ahead of Bruce Telford, but that's 2 battles in a separate class, so no drama there for Bruce Telford, still hanging on to that final spot on the podium. And then a couple of experienced Pro Twin campaigners there, Phil, Jared and Vaughan, still going at it.
Yeah, obviously the bikes have got their strengths in different places. We saw just with Bruce at the end of the straight here, he was up the back of the Kawasaki, but through the infield, the Kawasaki just seems to have a little bit more. And as you said, we've got Vaughan and Jared going for it, and again they've got their strengths and weaknesses at different corners, so they're closing, spreading out, closing, and can't ask for better racing.
All right, out of turn 7, our race leader goes. It's still Dave Fellows. He's led every lap so far. Can Johnny Lewis find something? The white flag ready and waiting. We've got 1 lap to go when they cross the line, and it is all on. We had a great race here yesterday. They were separated by nothing, and Johnny pulls up side by side. He's going to have a look into turn 1. This is electric, Phil, and what a last lap we've got in store here.
Oh, yep. It looks as though Johnny's got him, but I'm sure Dave will be coming back through the infield as he does, and he won't give up at all, and again it's just going to create better and better racing. It's a shame we've got sort of a few little races within the race, but it's all really good tight stuff, and I love it.
Oh, we love this. All right, Johnny Lewis now leads Dave Fellows in through the S's. This is brilliant. What a show from Johnny Lewis. He's stalked him for 9 odd laps and now pulled the trigger with the white flag out. 1 to go. Dave Fellows, can he respond? He's really good through this section, and that TR20 Aprilia is hooked up all good around here. So let's have a look. It's going to be that big drag race again. Dave tries to pull up alongside into the Brickyard, and what a move, Phil.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely
that was
unbelievable.
Awesome. Yep. And, you know, given that bike had a big accident the other day, again, the team have pulled everything together, got it back on track, and it's performing so well.
Checkered flag time, and it's a major big win in the championship for Dave Fellows. That is a statement to have put a big move in the Brickyard before turn 7. Look out for the Mac Attack. Leads out of turn 7 and down the front straight to start the first of 15 laps here. Race 2. 600 Super Sport, it's going to be electric, so we got him out there. Then look out for Jake Lewis, Rogan Chandler, Avalon Biddle. That is the ones in behind you can see there. It's a good start for Luca Durning. He's charging up there into about 5th place ahead of Daniel Jenkins and S.J. Cavell. So look out for those 3. They're locked in a bit of a tussle here at the moment. But meanwhile, while it all goes on behind this man here, the number 14, breaking hard into turn number 2, Castrol being here at beautiful Tiratonga on an awesome sunny day in Invercargill. Through the S's they go. Race leaders already flying through there. Look out for Rogan Chandler. Talking to Rogan this morning, excited, happy, and had found a little bit more in that bike, so he'll be alive and well today. Jake Lewis did a good job to make it a 1-2 for Yamaha on that podium yesterday. Won't have it all his way this time, because look at Rogan and Avalon. They're right in behind him. And they're going into turn number 7, the elbow, right now, down the front straight already. These are going to be some quick laps. We've got that lap record of a 59.2 set here yesterday by Cormac Buchanan. And we're already under it, so look at that. We've got the 58. Oh, my word, 58.7s for Cormac Buchanan. What an absolute statement. This is already in lap number 2 of our Supersport 600 race, and with the first 600 into the 58s. It's a 58.7, and that is absolutely flying on a 600. So this is something to behold, ladies and gentlemen. Get on your feet and enjoy this one. Cormac Buchanan has a massive 2.5 seconds back to his teammate Jake Lewis, but he's just done a 58.7 on lap 2 of the race. So not here to muck around. This is going to be brilliant. Cormac Buchanan, he leads. Then we go Jake Lewis, Rogan Chandler, Avalon Biddle. That's your top 4. They've got nothing between that. There's only about half a second separating second right through to 4th, so that's electric. Look out for Luca Durning. Great performance so far on the cards for Luca. He's in 5th place ahead of S.J. Cavell, and then go back to Morgan McLaren Wood, who's got himself ahead of Daniel Jenkins. Nick Kane is inside the top 10 at about 9th place, and Logan Rowell there for quality 10th. Jacob Pearce and Darryl Craigie 11th and 12th, and then look to Paul Jenkins, the 13th and final runner remaining in our Supersport 600 class for the weekend. Of course, our thoughts with the non-starts of Dylan Telford and Ashton Hughes, wishing them a speedy recovery as we look out for it. 58.777 doesn't quite improve on that, but it's still in the 58. So back-to-back 58 lap times for Cormac Buchanan, and he is a massive 3.6 seconds ahead of anyone on his home racetrack here. Absolutely fabulous. And all the team in behind him can do is just watch in awe as this young man checks off into the distance. Jake Lewis still doing a wonderful job holding off Rogan Chandler and then Avalon Biddle. So look out, the podium is going to come alive here, you'd imagine. They've got still a massive 12-odd laps to go. If you look out for it, Luca Durning, this is some of the best we've seen from him this summer, running a quality top 5 at the moment. We've got Daniel Jenkins and S.J. Cavell. They're locked in a fearsome battle with Morgan McLaren Wood in there as well. So look out for that one. Outside the top 4, there's only 0.6 of a second covering the next 3 in behind them. So Cormac Buchanan, there we go, goes through a 59.7, so that's the first lap he's done. Outside of the 58s, it's green lap times for Rogan Chandler, who's now got up into 2nd place. So well done to Rogie as we look out for Jake Lewis. Answer straight back into turn 1 as this is starting to unfold nicely. So Jake Lewis a 59.9, Rogan Chandler a 59.9, so almost matched on lap times. Avalon Biddle is there in 4th place. And look out for the battle in behind them. That is absolutely on with Luca Durning, Daniel Jenkins and SJ Cavell. That's going to be what looks to be 5th, 6th and 7th place. You can throw a team towel over them into turn number 2. Morgan McLaren Wood, a good job for him in 8th place. Ahead of a hard-charging Nick Kane, who has had probably the worst luck you can imagine coming into the season so far. And it's good to see him out there with some quality top 10 results. Absolutely fabulous. 600 Supersport Racing. It's been a joy to watch so far this summer. And this one here, if you had told me someone was going to do a 58 on a 600 round here, I just wouldn't have believed you, but this has been absolutely frantic. So there we go. Corn Buchanan ticks off another 59 flat to take it out to a 4.4 second advantage. And no one has the answers for this young man flying at the front. We've got Jake Lewis, Rogan Chandler, less than a tenth of a second separating those two. And then Avalon Biddle, they've just sort of checked out from Av a little bit that last time round. So Jake and Rogie now have a 1.1 second buffer back to Avalon Biddle in 4th place. So Av just settling into a bit of a rhythm. She's in those low 1 minute marks. And so still some really good pace, but 4th place for her at the moment. Daniel Jenkins has got himself up in the 5th place ahead of Luca Durning, so that's electric now. Just tucking on the back of that little 3-way fight. Some really important championship points up the grads here. And the man on the lock and code, Optima Mega Motorcycle Centre Triumph, Daniel Jenkins. Pole position at both Manfield and then we come and had a good qualifying result in Ruapuna's home track. Looking for some quality race results, and if he can get some top 5 action here, he'll be loving that. So look out for it at 600 Supersport Racing. It's been absolutely brilliant this season. And we've got Corn Buchanan, Jake Lewis, Rogan Chandler, and then go to Avalon Biddle. So Av a little bit quicker than the 2 ahead of her last time around. And keeping in touch well and truly with that battle for the podium. There's new lap records tumbling. And 58.7, that is absolutely phenomenal from Cormac Buchanan. He's into turn number 2. This pivotal stage of the race. There's still 9 laps to go. Jake Lewis doing everything he can to fight off a hard-charging Rogan Chandler, still for 2nd and 3rd place. Podium trips for him yesterday. Love to repeat the dose. And like we said earlier, man, this title race is heating up. We've got Ashton Hughes not with us for the rest of the weekend. He's got the 16.5 point lead in the championship. That will be diminished by one of these 3 in the front here. But who's going to be the points leader after this one here? Because Rogan Chandler's got a 7-point buffer back to Jake Lewis, who's only got 1 point back to Corn Buchanan. So if it finishes like this, it's going to have a hell of a shake-up, and we're going to see it all unfolding here with Rogan just narrowly hanging on. Cormac will be right there coming for him. As they tick off yet another lap, these are flying fast laps here, and our front pace is just electric. So a 59.5 that time around for Corn Buchanan. So just doing a wise thing, just settling into a bit of a race pace. And then you go back to Jake Lewis and Rogan Chandler. Just in behind them, we've got the front 3 all logging lap times in those 59, so really, really good pace. We've got Avalon, her fastest laps are 1 minute flat, so certainly quick there. And then you go back to what we're doing. There's Jake Cavell coming into the mix as well. They separated by about a tenth of a second, all 3 of them swapping paint through turn number 2. They're sitting in the house to watch it all unfold ahead of them as Rogan Chandler and Jake Lewis hammer and tongs out of the hairpin and on the way through the brickyard and on the little run. A short little shoot into turn number 7 here. It's the pivotal stage of the race. It's about halfway through. It's a 15-lap feature, and we've now got 7 to go. So Corn Buchanan ticks off another one in style. Look out for the battle in behind. This is starting to heat up. There's not much in it as they cross the line. Jake Lewis and Rogan Chandler, they've had nothing in it for a couple of laps now. And again, responding with pretty quick lap times with those 2. A bit of lap traffic to go through on that lap around as well. Then have a look at in behind it, because that's what we're going to keep an eye on. It's 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th place. They're all on now as Morgan McLaren Wood climbs onto the back of that little fight. And Luca Durning, Jan Jenkins and SJ Cavell selling 3 very quality campaigners at the top of their game right now. This is exciting. Supersport 600 racing, halfway through a key race in the championship, because with no Ashton Hughes this weekend, we're going to have a new points leader after this race. So who's it going to be? Rogan Chandler finishes in 3rd place. He's going to lose a big handful of points to both Jake and Cormac Buchanan. And when we head north, it's going to be absolutely on. We've had back-to-back Yamaha 1-2s with Cormac Buchanan and Jake Lewis coming from Ruapuna to this one. And now we're looking to really get excited and sink our teeth into it. So Cormac Buchanan, he ticks off yet another one, still in those 59s. So that's just absolutely phenomenal pace halfway through this race. So we're starting to get tired. The tyres will be going up. Really high track temperature out there. And this track surface is so abrasive, it just is an absolute nightmare on your tyres. So got to manage them nicely. Still got a decent 6 laps to go, and a new track record and a massive 7.7 second advantage that Corn Buchanan has over his teammate Jake Lewis, who's just still ahead of Rogan Chandler, so look out for that. Avalon Biddle is in a lonely ride now for 4th place, so just drifted off that little podium fight, but has a comfy margin back to 5th, 6th and 7th place. Which is Luca Durning ahead of Daniel Jenkins and S.J. Cavell. There's only 0.4 of a second now separating those three, and they've been toing and froing for the last couple of laps. There's that form out of 10.7. Just continues to tick these off in style, and just really come to grips with that 600. His first ride in Manfield, he qualified outside the top 10, and come through some 8th and 9th placings from memory, and then by the time we got to Ruapuna, he'd turned it right on and absolutely loving it. And now we come to his beloved home track at Invercargill. He's got an 8.2 second lead and absolute domination on the cards here with 5 laps to go, as we're excited and loving every minute of this 600 Supersport action. We shout out to our Honda medical car. We can see that we put to good use yesterday when we did a red flag situation, and check out that new CRV Earth Dreams machine. Mick at the Honda store, Manawa 2. We'll give you all the awesome promotional offers. We've got third and a third and a third finance with no interest, 2.9% finance rates with no deposit, and also a very good deal on leasing that vehicle. So the new Honda Earth Dreams Medical CRV car. Get in touch with Mick at the Honda store for more information on that one there. And we've also got big promotions like free delivery nationwide for your new CRV Honda. So loving this one here. Superbike racing at round 4 with our Aon New Zealand Superbike Championships. Brought to us by Pirelli New Zealand as well. And we have now only got 4 laps to go. Corn Buchanan 8.5 seconds, so he's still a little bit quicker that slight bit every lap, and has just sneaked out. Lap 2 of this race, he set a brand new track record of 58.7, the first 600 to ever go in the 58s around Teretonga. And that is an absolute statement for the young man, just 16 years of age and going to take on the world again this summer. So look out for him to fly the flag. You've got to follow Cormac Racing and get in behind this young man who is the absolute real deal. What a machine to turn up here to his beloved home track. His home fans are on the banks, they're adoring him. And he's responded, new track record and a massive lead. He's still got 3 odd laps to go, so look out for him to come down the front straight very shortly. And behind him, his teammate has been doing an absolute masterclass defensive job to keep Rogan Chandler at bay. And after this one here, potentially a points lead in the championship for Rogan Chandler. But look out for it to come alive here with now 3 laps to go. A little bit quicker than Jake that time round, so it's now out to about a 0.5 of a second buffer. And that's about the most we've seen over the last couple of laps from those two. As we'll give you an update of the entire top 10. Corn Buchanan has that handy little buffer back to Jake Lewis and Rogan Chandler. So that's them second and third. It's 8.7 seconds the lead, and then half a second back to Rogan. Avalon Biddle is 5 seconds down the road from that battle there. And Economy, 4th place India Finance and KMD Racing Kawasaki. So look out, Av doing a wonderful job. And she is 5th in the championship, and only a little bit off the pace of that title fight. So look out for Avalon Biddle, definitely not out of this title yet. And Luca Durning, Dan Jenkins and S.J. Cavell all having their best performances of the weekend on the card so far, with that 5th, 6th